ओम ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहि तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहि। ओम शांति शांति शांति। So now I have to look at different book. I don't have any other choice. Sri Gurum Paramanandam Vande Swananda Vigraham Yasya Sannidhyamatreణ Chidanandayate Tano Baddham Somakalajalam Suvimalam Kanthasthalat Urdhatah नासान्ते सुशिरे नियच्च गगन द्वारानंत सर्वतः ऊर्ध्वाश्यो भुवि सन्निपत्य नितरा उत्तानपाद पिबेत् एवं यः कुरुते जितेन्द्रियगण नैवास्ति क्षयः। So if I'm right, we are here, correct? So I will request all of you to be here with me. There is no choice for you people. I am not able to do my homework because it needs a lot of time to translate, and when I'm looking at here the message, very difficult. How? So he says very beautifully. So now I have to look at the verse directly. Naiva asti ksheha iti. So that person, yaha kurute. Yaha means he who does. Who is he who practices. He who is capable of doing. So to that person, what happens? Naiva asti kshayaha. So there is no destruction at all. And who is that person? So first thing says Jitendriya Ganaha. So there are certain values. Jitendriya Ganaha. So that means all sense organs. Gana means sense organs. The one who has mastered over all sense organs. At the same time, he says, look, Shubhimalam Soma Kalajalam Baddham. So Baddham means we take two ways. Baddham means called bound. Also, Baddham means the one who is stable, the stability. So he who is stable with reference to what? Subhimalam, pure, purity. And what sort of? He says you can take both Subhimalam, Soma Kalajalam also separately. I was looking at two commentators differently. Subhimalam, also Soma Kalajalam. So the nectar that is related to Somam, related to moon. Because always nectar, as we have discussed, is connected to moon. And that's why it falls on Ravi Mukha, in Surya Mukha, in sun's mouth, that is called digestive fire, then it gets exhausted or burnt. So this is Soma Kala Jalam. So that means in short is called Amrutam nectar iti. So then what happens? He says, look, that is to be done. How? Here he says that Kanthasthala urdhvataha. So one is supposed to uplift from Visuddha Chakra. And there itself, you can make it stable. So not allowing to fall down. And of course, nasante susire neyacha. So that is to be taken up further, where to the end or the beginning of the nose, where from the nose starts. So that is called nasanta. And sushire, this is the channel, that is the internal channel. Don't look at the external part. And of course, that is called Gagana Dwara Ananta Sarvataha. So that is the gateway to Sushumna, to different field of experiences. Here, and of course, it's Urdhvaswa Bhuvi Sannipatya Nitaram Utanapad Pivet Evam. So the one Nitaram Pivet, the one who keeps drinking all the time, and of course, while taking the inhalation in a upward in a kaki mudra. So that means here this verse brings that kaki mudra. Then after kaki mudra comes what? Nabha mudra, what you call as Kechari mudra. So when these two are being done, and of course once in a while, so to make sure all these combinations are in such a way that person never allows to lower his or her energy. And that person indeed is a winner, and there will be no destruction for that person because he or she will not be a loser at all. Now, question also comes, which we'll see few verses, what are the benefits. The question here comes, how it works. You can see this very carefully. It is exactly like physically. Whatever you do, for example, when I am doing puja every day, whether I like it or not, some turmeric will be in the hand, which I cannot stop it. And also, when you eat some food in the hand, not in the spoon, okay? That's why you're supposed to eat in the hand, okay? So when you eat some food in the hand, through the hand, what happens? The fragrance of food continues afterwards for some time. Even if you use soap or whatever you may do, you understand what I'm trying to say. So here you can see the grossness, the color and form, that is in the form of grossness, that turmeric. When I am associated also remains, suppose I am using flowers with the archana. So the flower that I use, whether it is rose or a hibiscus or whatever flowers you use, that fragrance also continues. Not only that, the color, the fragrance, also subtle way, the touch. The sense of touch also continues. So when this happens with a reference to anything that we do, based on that, our energy changes. That's why I would like to tell you openly certain things. You can see for yourself. Suppose you are doing puja to your deity and you start using wild flowers. So if you keep using wild flower, you will discover the deity energy will be wild. It's amazing. That's why we are very careful, clear what are the flowers to be put to the deity. And remember one thing, buying flower is not good, okay? I would make it very clear with all of you. It is better to have one flower from your own garden than buying 100 flowers. So then you can become smart. I notice some people, do you know what they do? They buy the pot with the flowers. Then pluck every day one. Once that is over, then throw that pot. That is another disaster, okay? That is not allowed either. I am hitting everybody, okay? So I am not giving you chance to anybody. However, yes, you can buy flowers. Nothing wrong in it. At least you are not spending money in any other way, okay? This is okay. I respect it. But nothing like having one hibiscus or one small flower also, which you can put on the top of it. However, coming to the point here, each flower that you offer, based on that, the deity observes its own energy. In fact, radiates its own energy. That's the better one. So when this happens with reference to deity, also as I gave you the example, eating food or whatever, how it also continues. Same thing also happens with our eyes and all sense organs. So wherever we are connected, the people, the object, and way of relating, that is most important aspect. Based on that, my energy fluctuates. Just observe. The head of the country, if he wants to travel with a common flight, standing in the queue, will it work? It will not work. That's why what happens? Forget head of the country, head of the state. When locally enters into the airport, there will be separate gate will be opened. Okay, they don't come in the common gate. The car will enter directly to the aircraft because the person has to carry that much energy. And if the person does not carry that much energy, it doesn't work. So, based on delivery, you have certain way of functioning. And if it doesn't work, you cannot deliver either. So, as it happens with reference to me as a sadhaka, this is the point I want to highlight. How I relate with objects, relate with people, relate with situation. And that too, my relationship with that attitude will determine my energy level, my prana, my amrutam. Is it clear? In fact, whose amrutam is in higher place, or whenever your amrutam is in higher place, the more you enjoy your life without doing anything. Whereas when amrutam is down, you have to do a lot in order to enjoy. Still, with a big question mark. So, whole trick is to uplift in such a way to make sure that you are not allowing yourself to go down at any given time. And even though you go down, use this trick, the horse. Is it clear? And once you start doing it, time to time, you start uplifting. Then you will discover two things. As you uplift yourself, first thing will happen, the people, those who are surrounded with you, surrounded by you, they will get dropped. They cannot continue with you. And remember, if they are continuing with you, that means you are not improving. Is it clear? So that is also to be understood very carefully. Because it's a very simple concept we need to look at. That whenever my energy grow up and continuously my level of energy is being maintained, low energy people will never be comfortable with me. They will feel suffocated. They will feel uncomfortable. They will feel challenged. So if they feel suffocated, they feel challenged, that means what? That means it is working. Yes, you can extend your helping hand, but not falling down. Being in your position, you can extend your helping hand. That's why we say very carefully, a sadhaka will never go down. A sadhaka will never bend down. Because there is no point of going down or bending down. Because at the end of the day, what are you going to get out of it? Nothing you are going to get. So only you are wasting your time. So that's why not only uplifting my prana, also maintaining my prana plays a big role in my life. And once that happens, what happens? Let us read. Urdhajivham sthirikritya somapanam karoti yaha masardhena na sandheha mrityum jayati yogaviti. This is look in Navamudra or Khechari Mudra, Urdhajivham sthirikritya. So folding the tongue. So in short, doing this Navamudra without any shaking, without any disturbance. Somapanam karoti yaha. Because in the beginning, you will keep struggling that how to go up or the tip of the tongue to touch the upper palatal, the cavity. And this is not the time practice, okay? Practice you can do some other time. So once this is being done, then next thing what is to be done is that the person starts enjoying the nectar. In fact, sometimes you will, in the beginning, actually not sometimes, the beginning stages, we get like, honey type of essence. So there are different layers, different levels. Let me not try to give you information, because if I give information, then you will go crazy, okay? So it is better you practice by yourself. Problem is with all of you, you have got too much information than what you deserve. This is the truth. This is the reality. But maybe some prarabdha you have, that is up to you, okay? No point to talk. And once you continue that, means no shaking, no fluctuating, continuously, day and night. In fact, it says, look, masardhena, not necessary long time, just 15 days, half of the month, okay? So just in 15 days, mrityum jayati yogavid, the person will be able to overcome, win over the death. And the question arises, how and why? You can look at it different angles. In fact, many angles you can look in. Number one is, as you know, the death is related to udana, vayu. So don't ask me what is udana, okay? Which I expect minimum things from you all, okay? So that is called udgikarana. And that location is where? Kantha. That's why when a person natural death happens, what? Oh, hiccups started coming. Oh, now hiccup started coming means it's very less time. And some people also, they continuously hiccup for 20 days. Not 20 days, too much. 1 or 2 days. I've seen some cases, 1 or 2 days continuously they do hiccups. Oh, very painful. In few hiccup, it should be over. But however, so this udana vayu, udgirana vayu, when is connected to death, and that location is here, now you are arresting or you are working that place. This is very simple. It gives you that much strength so that you don't have fear of death. And most important thing is that when you function in life, always with reference to fear, your throat also gets choked. Not only your Manipura and Anahata changes its way of functioning or responding. Also, it goes to your Vishuddha Chakra. That's why you say, I am choked. So when you are choked, it means long before you get choked, there is some serious disalignment already in your Manipura and Anahata. So one need to really understand very carefully. And when you observe this very carefully, that the Vishuddha Chakra choking or getting choked, this throat getting choked, is the last drop. So where you have gone or things have gone out of your hand. This is how the health moves. So first, Manipura. That's a long back I have said. You will find difficulties in digestion. So when continuously you have issues with reference to digestion, see those who are able to eat less from the childhood, that's another point, okay? But you are continuously eating well, but suddenly things goes down. Some issues. That means better to check. Nobody checks, okay? This is the problem. Then, of course, when heartbeat starts on a hatha, so people go to that time psychologist. Only that time when it is not manageable. Now, here we say these are the steps when you go through. That's why you need to observe yourself how things are moving in your life. Then you will discover with this practice, there will be no fear of death. More than death, fear of loss in life. Because you know there is nothing to lose in life. What is there to lose? Is there anything to lose in life? First of all, life itself is a, mystery, is a myth. What I call as life is nothing but in between birth and death. This is a transition period. It's not life. In fact, life is what? As long as jiva continues, that jiva continuing process is life. Not in between birth and death. So me as an individual, as long as it continues, that long I am alive. Maybe I am in this form, in this body, mind complex. Tomorrow, I'll be available in different way. Maybe as an insect, as a tree, sometimes as a stone. Of course, if I'm animal, far better. You understand? And if I become a human being, nothing like that. Or who knows, much more higher celestials, higher beings. So in any form that I am available is me, the Jiva. So that's why I better practice continuing. Baddham Baddham mulavilam ena tena vigno vidarita ajara maramapnoti yatha yatha panchamukho haraha. Says, look, he brings this concept of a Panchamukha Shiva. I need to look into in details. That the one who is able to practice this, how? He says, along with this Khechari Mudra, and of course, helping or taking the help of Kaki Mudra, making sure that you are having what? That Mula Bilam Paddham. You need to arrest Mula Bilam. What is that? So Mula Bilam is nothing but your Muladhara. So you need to seal Muladhara. So how to seal Muladhara? So what is that trick? So that trick is nothing but called Moolavandha. So with the help of Moolavandha, now you have been seated properly and having this Khechari Mudra, and when you enjoy, he says, by whom, whoever does this, tena vignaha vidaritaha. So that means there will be no obstacles for that person. All the obstacles have been removed. And interestingly, he says that person becomes ajaram, amaram, apnoti, gains ajaram and amaram, becomes free from jara and also free from death. How? He gives yatha panchamukho haraha, as five-faced Shiva. So what is that five-faced Shiva? We'll discuss tomorrow. Om Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shant Shant Shanti. Thank you, all of you.